Welcome, everybody, to this is episode 15, I believe now, of Celestial Sphere, a Gundam D&D podcast. Welcome in, everybody. I am Jade Novanus, your DM, and with us today is our party of Agma von Sect playing Eichmann today, Ashiv Hart playing Feyre, Holy Skittle playing Leo Fotia, Huntail Striker playing Mio Agnes, and Ren Bestgirl playing Yolanda Galanus. Last time, on episode 14, you saw the alternate party taking down the remainder of the defenses on the Past Light primary functioning facility on Io. Upon being unable to do any real damage to the massive mobile suit in front of them, Tobias, played by Agma, took it upon himself to sacrifice his own body, uploading himself to the hive mind within the core of Io, and effectively taking control of the entire planet's subsystems, and consequently, that mobile suit. With the full power of Past Light under his complete and total command, this party chalks this mission as a success and begins heading in the direction of the rendezvous point between the two parties. Meanwhile, while all of that excursion was going on, our current party was finalizing preparations for their next mission. As stated before, they have a few options that they could still change should they wish. What are you guys planning on doing?
Plan on fucking around and finding out.
That is usually the plan.
Oh,
Are we going the assault on... Sorry, go ahead.
if I remember correctly, our plan was to, just while the level 10s dealt with Past Light, we are going to be dealing with Anaheim Electronics to maybe search for a new mobile suit that can rejuvenate Iris and also cripple the CFO in any way that it might affect them.
Yeah, I think it was kind of just keep an eye out, keep ears on swivel, just if a thing shows up, but otherwise just go do group work to knock out stuff.
Very fair. All right. So, you guys are just going to go with what you told the other party. You guys are going to go do the Anaheim Electronics mission then, yes?
Yes.
I believe so.
See no reason not to.
Fair enough. Alrighty. Then in that case, you guys punch in the coordinates to the Anaheim Electronics facility on... Let me pull up my notes for that one. That one was located on... If it wishes to load sometime this century. Thank you. God, Google is the worst. It is you guys are heading towards the Shoal Sands Reliquary on Titan, home of Anaheim Electronics and their primary mobile suit production and development wing. Alrighty. Then in that case, like I said, you guys punch in the information. It is going to take you a little bit of time to get there. If there's anything you guys would like to do in the meantime to prep, or this will basically just act as a long rest. So, you know. is there anything you guys would like to do for the time being?
Yolanda is newer to the ship. Did she have any, or at least the crew, did she have any questions or thoughts, concerns, etc.?
I
Are you
mean,
Go ahead.
no, go ahead and ask your question.
I mean, were you asking Yolanda or were you asking everyone else?
Kind of just attempting to give you the floor if you wanted it, because, you know, you're technically new to the crew if you wanted to go do anything, I guess. I wasn't sure if you'd want to meet up with any of the other crew members or anything. Or just doing mission.
I have some business that I wish to attend to.
You've been to where we're going before, right?
Once briefly, we were there for a couple of hours at most.
Do you wanna like what happened there? Do you wanna give us any information? Because we're walking into I'm assuming we're attacking a base, so
The quick summary of it was that we landed in one of the medical sectors of the Shulsan's reliquary under a medical emergency for Tibius. After we landed, our boarding passengers were abducted, and one of our crewmates was abducted as well. There were some facilities that were typically off limits to civilians, but we found our civilians there, our teammate there, as well as Anaheim Electronics development wing. We took one of the mobile suits from there, and we were promptly assaulted by I believe he called himself an innovator.
like a scientist.
Innovator, new type, whatever you,
Oh,
one of them.
uh-huh.
We made quite a stir and commotion during that fight. I imagine security in the past, I don't know, 2 weeks since we've been there have increased drastically. I doubt they're going to be welcoming, hospitable as they were when we first arrived.
So we should expect to be double kidnapped or not kidnapped at all? Which one's the more welcoming of?
We'll either be double kidnapped or double turned into cyborgs.
If you're half cyborg and half cyborg, aren't you just a robot? The
Definitely a
logistics questions.
philosopher's question.
At what point does somebody stop being a cyborg? At what point are they an android with some meat bits?
But alright, so heavy security, heavy competition. Any assets they might have tried to move off-world? Was there anything of note there? Because you said you commandeered one of their mobile suits?
As far as I'm aware, they were a weapons developer, a weapons dealer for any side of the war. I don't think The only mobile suit that they had in facility when I was there was the one that I stole. That's not to say that they haven't transported more there or have since developed more. I also didn't get a full grasp on the entire production facility.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounded like you guys had a lot going on. I'm just making sure I understand the land. Don't want us walking into anything too terrible.
Is there
Is our plan to go in the front door, or were we planning some sort of infiltration?
some some level of I don't know what you want to call it, espionage? Some level of discretion is probably advised.
Excuse me.
My party is young and foolhardy and tend to go in guns blazing, and it has been rather stressful and caused more trouble than it's solved.
Yeah, I am all for the stealth approach if we can. I just need to know where I'm putting my muscles, so I ask. And yeah, you do have the familiarity there, though. If any of other military geniuses would like to weigh in.
I mean, it sounds like this is a heavily fortified area, so, and they're going to be very attentive to intrusions. I don't know if going in stealthily is our best tactic, but
Can we
I'm down
use
for whatever.
Can we use the increased security to our advantage, any? Like, if they're going to be on higher alert, if they're going to be bringing in a lot more supplies and a lot more troops,
Well,
is there any way we can twist that against them?
I mean, I believe so. The only issue is I believe our ship here is kind of a walking, talking beacon for any and all who want to capture her. So,
That is a fair point. Because we can attempt entry on foot. We can attempt infiltration on foot. We can attempt infiltration on... and mobile suit, so to speak, though.
mhm.
This is going to be a hard one.
If I
Usually
may,
careful. Yeah, go ahead.
I believe maybe a two-pronged assault in the case of some espionage while people are distracted by, say, another suit causing trouble on the base, aka I'll cause trouble. You guys get the information we need.
That sounds like a suicide mission. Not to discredit your ability. I don't know you. I haven't seen you in action, but that sounds
No,
very dangerous.
that is a fair assessment.
We could
We have
always
capable warriors. I'm just saying.
just talk our way in.
That is also fair.
But that was kind of what I was thinking, especially with how busy things are going to be. I mean, I wouldn't hope they lose some paperwork, but I think if you wave enough badges around,
I
have enough
wouldn't
authority
even
going in.
I wouldn't even go that far. Our because what are our objectives going into the building?
I have a dumb
Sabotage
question.
mostly.
Can
Go ahead.
we, or even Veda, have some way to make this ship seem like not the ship? not saying cloak, but alter its form of some kind. Hey, Veda.
Why, hello there.
I know you've been listening. Is there any way to alter this physical form of yours or make it seem like we're an entirely different ship?
Scanning. Our physical markers cannot be modulated without actual physical alteration. However, digital scan-based augmentation is possible in various quantities. If you would like, I can modulate the tracking subroutines in order to evade any tracking systems.
That would probably be ideal. I
Mhm.
don't think they're going to let us take a ship this large down to the planet. I think a shuttle and escort should be plenty. We have a shuttle, right? I'm not crazy.
You do
I
indeed have a
don't know.
shuttle.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, just a shuttle and a mobile suit escort should be plenty. If we need
Yeah.
additional backup from additional suits, we should be able to just deploy them from the ship, right?
Wow.
I can send mobile suits to a preordained location. I can fall them in that given area. Granted, there will be needed sufficient clearance in order to do so.
When you say clearance, do you mean like an
No.
actual landing zone, or are we
Landing
talking hot
zone.
drops?
Now,
Because if we can just drop them on a building,
yeah, on
that would
buildings,
solve
yeah.
like 50% of our problem.
If you would wish for maximum destructive power, I can acclimate to such a scenario. If
I'm
you would
pretty
wish
sure
to
my Dawn
drop
Trooper
your
would
mobile
be
suits
efficient.
through various buildings, thus eliminating any potential threats in said buildings, it would be possible. However, significant damage to those mobile suits may be incurred.
Okay. So plan, let's call that one D.
Iceman,
Yes.
Playing Dawn Trooper.
Yes,
you-
Yolanda.
how sociable are you? How strong of a businessman and liar are you?
Extremely.
At least he's honest about that one. I think.
In a world of business, very few things are done with any form of actual negotiation. It's usually done with deception or intimidation tactics, especially in cutthroat business, and especially in the cutthroat business that I formerly took part in. What I need, if we're planning on walking our way in, is we need a reason. Like, sabotage is all well and good. I am all for burning this company to the ground. But I believe the consensus between both of our groups was get stuff we can use. If we can take control of the company, that would be better.
I have an idea.
Go ahead.
We are here for reverse corporate espionage.
Corporate unespionage?
You are here to unveil the secrets of your company, past life, for some order of exchange. You're here to give them any secrets, anything that you're developing, lead them on a wild goose chase to just let us in.
I was of a similar mind, yes. But
Very
that gets
least,
us in the door. Jade, real quick, do I know who the current owner of Anaheim is?
Anaheim.
Ooh, someone's finally asking the fun questions. Let me pull up that name for you, actually. You would be familiar with who the owner was. Give or take a year or so of information. Anaheim Electronics. Let me see.
Furiously Googling.
Thank you. I'm pulling up the Tem Ray is his name.
Okay, and this is at least the most recent owner, as I understand it. Although they're
As far as you're aware, yes. Again, you haven't really had access to your business
my business channels.
connections
Yeah.
in quite some time, over a year. So things could change, especially with how volatile everything has been over the past year with the war and everything.
Okay. Do I know who his VP is?
Ooh, is vice president. Trevor Duvall.
Why does that name sound familiar? Why does that name sound familiar? Hang on. Well, if it does, it's not written in my notes. So,
This name has not come up before.
okay. I went ahead and checked Tobias's notes just to see if he heard it before, and I'm just getting some wires crossed. Okay. And how much, like, it wouldn't be out of the question to say that Past Light and Anaheim have been at odds before, would it?
Oh, 100%. Those two companies have been primary rivals for decades.
Yeah. Do I have any dirt, or can I dig up any dirt on Anaheim or Tim Ray or Trevor Duvall? Any of those three?
No.
No, nothing I have like saved for a rainy day. Nothing I would be able to just throw out there. Well, technically, I have that one thing.
The only major thing, aside from the one thing, that you would know is you do know how his son died. That not
Which
even
one?
he knows.
Who? Tim Ray or Trevor Duvall?
Tem Ray's son.
Okay, how did he die?
From what you know, he died in an experimental GN particle explosion.
Okay, and who is causing those experiments?
Anaheim Electronics themselves.
Okay.
Tem Ray didn't directly oversee, but, it was one of his secret projects, trying to develop effectively a homemade version of GN particles, whereas Aeolia Schenberg had kind of cornered that market and wouldn't reveal how that was made. Tem really wanted to find out and would experiment in any way, shape, and form until he eventually did figure out how to do it. However, his first few experiments ended in abject failure.
Okay. That gives me enough to work with, I think. In addition to the one thing. Okay. So, I think our way in is we set up a business meeting with Trevor Duvall because I can't guarantee that Tim Ray is still in charge.
I mean, can
And
you?
you're thinking if you ask to talk to him and he doesn't work there anymore, the cover will be blown?
Potentially.
I like the logic.
Hmm.
If we ask to
If
see
Tim
the
Ray,
VP, that's not necessarily unsuspicious, but if we ask to see a VP who's not there anymore, yeah, I follow.
yeah. Or if we ask to see a VP that is no longer a VP.
Yeah, it's, yeah.
Yeah. So I think if we go in and ask for well, not go in, we'll send a forward communication first so that we can safely land and not be accosted as soon as we hit the ground. Send communication forward. We have a business proposition for Mr. Duvall. How many people are going into the building? Because I have to go. Like, that's not even a joke. I have to go.
I think I can be easily underestimated if needed.
I believe that's accurate.
I can go if needed. However, I worry that my face is on a wanted list in this area.
Yeah,
In
I
that
kind
case,
I want both directions on that one because you do know the land best, or at least most recently. But you are also the most like easily identified.
in that
I
case,
mean, I could do some sleuthing around. I'm pretty good at that.
well, in case things go south, we're gonna want at least 2 people in mobile suits ready to drop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Leo, that's your job in a nutshell. So
I mean, if you want me to stay here and Titanfall onto the world, I'm okay with that.
not Titanfall onto the world, just arrive with the shuttle.
Mm-hmm. Stay on the shuttle. Be ready to
Mhm.
annihilate a path to you. Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm okay
Of
with
course.
that.
Clear a landing zone for other units effectively.
Sure, we'll call it that.
Yeah.
I can also help with that. With my sniper, I'll be able to provide cover, even if you go half a kilometer away.
Okay. So myself and Feyre in the building, the other 3 outside. Definitely Yolanda and Leo in mobile suits. Mio, whatever your position of choice is.
I will be at this ship. Oh, with my sniper, I can provide cover fire if need be.
Okay. Once we're inside, I think our only real objective is try and take over the company or try and get a foothold in the company. If that's not possible, burn everything to the ground, right?
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Sounds like an actual thought out plan compared to some of the stuff that my team has come up
Well, your team doesn't have the foremost supercomputer working for them.
Thank you, Veda.
with. We do have some artificial intelligence. I can't say guiding, but
Influencing?
he has input.
Well, let's see if we can make this call. I'm going to send a transmission to Anaheim Electronics.
And what would you like this transmission to say?
I assume I would end up getting a secretary or something first.
Well, yes. So are you just going to try
Yeah.
to like call their support line and try to get a hold of them?
Just mash 0 every time it gives you a robot. Trust me, bro.
not even their support line, just literally call their front desk.
Okay. You know that number?
I assume
Veda.
Veda can find it.
We love Veda
Searching.
here.
I have found 473 applicable numbers for your known use. Would you like me to supply you with one?
Yes, please.
Transmitting data. On your PDA, you get a phone number appeared that you can call.
Call it up.
Let me just do a quick roll real fast to see. Okay, cool. All right. After about 2 rings, it picks up. You hear loud kind of clacking in the background. You hear a lot of background noise. But over the background noise, you hear, "Hello, this is Anaheim Electronics. How can I help ya?"
Hello, I believe I may have reached the wrong department. I am looking to make contact with the VP of the company.
Oh, yes, very much, sir. Can I ask you what is your name?
Eifman Egne.
Eifman Egne. Let me write that down. Thank you, sir. What was it that you were calling about again today?
Jade gonna make me have a fit on stream because this is a fucking answering service. I know goddamn well this is an answering service.
Yeah, they're answering the question. I don't understand the problem.
I have a business proposition for Mr. Duval as a
Oh.
primary stockholder of Pastlight Technology.
Yes, very well, sir. Now, can I interest you in one of our premium packages in order to accelerate your customer service experience today?
I am not a I hang up.
You know, if you offer to cancel, if you tell them you want to cancel on that, they actually do give you a pretty big discount.
Veda, what fucking number was that?
That was
Pyramid
the Anaheim
scheme.
Electronics Central Customer Service line.
God. Higher up the chain, please.
I have 3 numbers for you. Would you like the office of the president? Or would you like the office of the president, the office of the vice president, or general marketing?
Vice President's office.
Indeed, here is the number. Another new phone number enters on your keypad.
All that one? I fucking felt it in my bones. I have said those exact lines so many fucking times.
After about 3 rings, it picks up. Much less background noise this time, but you can still hear a little bit of something happening. But you can't really ascertain what it is. And over the phone, "Yes, hello, sir. How can I help you today? Welcome to Anaheim Electronics VP Division."
Yes, I'm looking to speak to the Vice President of the company.
Oh, yes, sir. Can I get your name, please, sir?
My name is Eifman Egne.
Eifman Egne. Let me go ahead and write that down, sir. One
you,
moment.
She's doing it on purpose.
This is where we find it's like the vehicle protocol section or something.
Why, yes, sir. What was the inquiry you wish to usher to the VP's office?
I have a business proposition for him as a primary stockholder of Pastlight and what the fuck is the name of my company? Pastlight something.
Pastlight
Holy shit.
Incorporated.
Pastlight Incorporated, yes. As the primary stockholder of Pastlight Incorporated, I have a very lucrative business proposition for him.
Ooh, very, very nice, sir. I'm sure he will love to hear that. Now, in order for me to forward this message, I will need some sort of confirmation of identification, like a credit card number, birth certificate, social security. Can you supply any of these identification materials?
instead of a picture of your ass.
Our phone lines do support images and upload PNG files as well. So you can send anything you need directly to the number that you are calling today. Just do not hang up the phone, please. Do as I say, please. Do
Yes,
not hang
give
up
me-
the phone, please.
Is
Yes,
he?
give me just one moment, please, and I'll
He's
put my hand
hacking
over
you.
the. I'll put my hand over the microphone real quick. If I give him my information and he tries to steal it, that means if he commits identity theft, the government may be looking for him instead, right?
I mean, you could send him a GIF, I guess.
Hello, sir.
Good one.
Hello, sir. Sir, hello, sir. Are you
Would you-
there?
Would you like me to handle this instead?
Allow me to be a little more specific. I'm looking to speak to the VP. I'm not looking to speak to you. If you would like more certification, then I suggest you just look me up.
Very, very good, sir. However, due to company policy, I cannot do that. I need you to
I
send
am
me that.
intimately familiar with your company's policies, as are other members of my family. You will do as I ask, or I will see to it that I will have not only your job, but your entire family left onto the earth to take part in the absolute glassing that is happening to that planet right now. Do I make myself clear? I'd like to make an
Roll me
intimidation check.
Yeah, roll me intimidation, please.
I was about to ask, why don't you just have Veda send him a virus?
Very,
34.
very, very good, sir. I understand that you are very, how do you say? I understand that you are very, aggravated at the moment. Please calm down.
No.
calm down.
The word you are looking for is influential. I can literally remove your office from time with a fucking word.
Yeah, very, very, very good, sir. Now, I
Veda,
apologize.
find this man's location.
I apologize, sir, but can you please send me some of that verification? That way I can get your information processed to the VP's office and process your refund.
Eichmann, just have
Veda.
Veda send him a virus.
Veda,
What are you
can you
doing?
find this man's exact location for me, please?
Indeed, I can locate his exact location.
Stand by.
Ames cannon.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Are you still there, sir?
I am still
I need
still
to
here.
talk to you about
I
your
am,
car's extended warranty.
I am getting that verification that you asked for, my friend. Please just wait for just a moment. This is going to take a little time.
Very, very good, sir.
Veda, where are we at
please
on that?
stay on the line,
We
and
got
I can
Kyle
help
up.
and continue to assist you.
Hey
Location.
Veda, can you just send down a virus?
Location detected.
We have something we could shoot him with.
From our present location and our present distance, no. His
Oh,
current
so he's on a
location.
different planet.
His current location is located somewhere around the Earth sphere.
God, fucking
Dude, just land.
outsourcing.
We might as well just straight up land. Can you just send a Veda? Please send a virus.
What
Just
level of
send a
virus
virus.
would you like me to send? A level 1, a level 5, or a level 10?
Whichever one
think
blows up his computer.
5 should be enough.
Sounding a level 10.
Okay, well, I don't want to kill the man, but okay.
Hello, sir.
I
Hello,
really
sir.
want to kill the man.
Are you there, sir? Are you there, sir?
I don't know. Are you there, sir?
Yes, indeed. Have you sent the files?
Sir, are you there, sir? You seem to be breaking up.
Have you sent the files, sir?
Hello?
Oh, yes. I see that you have sent the files here. Let me go ahead and open it. And then immediately as he says that, you hear an explosion of unprecedented proportions.
Okay, well,
And then the line goes dark.
I wanted to take all the information out of his computer, but I guess explosion works too. I think we might just want to land, gang.
Was that Veda? Was that actually the VP's office, or did they just outsource that shit now?
It appears as though the call was outsourced from a call center located in the Middle East on Earth.
That fucking tracks. right, yeah.
I thought that
Set
place
her
was
on the ground.
blown up.
Not all of
All
it.
right. All right, to the shuttle then. We'll go for the ground. I am bringing my gun.
You have approached the planet's surface in the shuttle. What do you do?
Who all do we have? So me and Feyda. Assuming I'm saying your name correctly, I don't think I am.
Farah.
We're on the ground. Yolanda and Leo in mobile suits. Mio, are you also in a mobile suit, or are you also on the ground?
In a mobile suits.
Okay, so 3 mobile suits, 2 people on foot. Okay, yeah, we'll just touch down and start making our way towards the building.
Feyre is going to attempt to dress herself a bit nicer to appear more businessman arm candy and less
Official.
muscle.
Very
Yeah.
fair. All right.
Ivan will have to fashion a new suit because the one that he has been wearing since the start of this mess has been summarily destroyed.
You could say that. All right. So you guys all get ready, make your way to the shuttle, and you said the 2 of you. Which 2 again?
Feyre and Ivan.
Feyre and Ivan.
Yes.
You guys make your way down in the shuttle. Once touching down in the landing bay, the doors open to reveal a functioning city, effectively. Open buildings, people passing by in every direction, running to and fro to various locations, and businesses dotting the streets. Warehouses to your east, as far as the eye can see, whereas to the west you have various medical facilities, hangars even farther to the west, and various shops and locations as well.
I'll offer my arm to Feyre, shall we?
Yeah. Let's go make a way around.
All right. I'm going to, as much as possible, beeline for the office.
All right. So the office is about a 20-minute walk.
Mm-hmm.
On your walk there, I want both of you to roll me perception.
All right.
Ivan, while
28.
while you're walking, thank you. While you're walking, you notice various street closed people, all of which are armed, all concealed for the most part, but you do notice there's a lot of armed civilians or these could potentially be, street closed guards or something. You can't quite make that out, but there's a lot of people who are armed here.
Can I do they seem to be getting more dense the closer we get to that office?
Yes.
How can I get 28? Can I get a rough count?
In the kind of right now around the hangar bay specifically, this is like a New York street in the middle of the day kind of thing. There are hundreds of people walking down these roads right now, all simultaneously. Within a given, few feet, easily 80% of the people are starting to be armed.
Okay, so literally the last scene out of John Wick 2. Got it.
Never seen that movie, so I couldn't tell you.
Next movie night.
I think it's 2 that I'm thinking of. Those are good movies. We should watch those at some point. Anyway. Yeah, just keep Don't draw attention to it. Just keep walking. Like we're supposed to be there.
You continue
And
walking.
just go through the front doors of that office.
Roll me a stealth check, please.
$18.
Also 18.
Oh yeah, you're an
Jesus
infiltrator.
Christ.
You're playing with the high levels now, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
We only need 2 skills here, talking and sneaking around. We brought the 2 best people for it.
Yeah. All right, fine.
I think that's technically even higher, but 18 sounded like a fine enough number.
I mean, do you have expertise in it? It's probably 19.
I was gonna say, I think I have the natural talents or whatever. I don't think I can roll below 9 on that, but 18 sounded good enough.
Jesus Christ.
I'm happy to not go check.
Yeah.
lot.
Anyway, you guys are able to, smoothly make it to the central office of Anaheim Electronics. Entering the building, there's a receptionist. She's kind of whatever. She's not really paying attention. There is still a ton of people in here, seemingly all waiting in this waiting room for their appointment.
I'm going to approach the secretary, I assume it is.
Receptionist primarily. This isn't like you're not at the VP's office. This is like the central floor.
Oh, then I'm not even going to bother. I'm going to just go straight towards the elevators. Not saying a word.
Not
Just
saying a
walk
word.
in. Just walk in like we're supposed to be there.
Roll me another stealth check, please.
Can I substitute deception for this? Since I'm not actively trying to sneak past, I'm trying to...
Sure. You're trying to...
Performance.
Yeah, this is like a performance almost, yeah.
I'll accept that. 25.
And Feyre?
Performance or stealth again?
You can
Oh,
do
sure.
stealth because
Yeah. Okay.
you're purposely trying to play like the...
Yeah.
You're trying to blend in with Eichmann. Eichmann's trying to walk in like he owns the place.
Yeah. Alright. Then, yeah, big number.
I might as well just not even stealth check you at this point. Jesus Christ. All right, fun. All right, you're able to.
I mean, in fairness, this is, like, we did put her where she's supposed to be on this mission.
I mean, you're right. You guys make it to the elevator. Getting inside after a few moments of waiting, there's only 2 other people in the elevator with you. They walk in, they sit, they stand along with you guys. They just kind of stand there. They don't go to press any buttons. They don't try to do anything. They just stand there waiting for you guys to press your buttons.
Okay. At a quick glance, I'm just going to hit whatever is the highest floor. Without it being the roof, I'm going to hit whatever is the highest floor.
All right. You tap the button for floor 70.
Mm-hmm.
The moment you tap that button and the doors begin to close, roll me perception.
25.
The people in the room or in the elevator with you take notice.
Can I make an insight check on them?
Ooh, roll me insight.
Higher than that. 28.
You can tell that the big one of them is quite large, physically imposing, easily 6'8" or larger. You can't quite tell after a certain point. This is a massive hulk of a man. He's watching you closely.
Are they openly hostile or are they expecting us to be hostile?
They're just chilling.
I mean, like, with a 28 insight, can I determine that they're waiting for us to do something? Or...
With that insight, you can tell that they're watching you, but they don't really have a air of any kind of intent, so to speak.
Mhm.
They're watching you.
I don't engage. I just wait.
The smaller woman who's in the room with you, accompanying this large hulk of a man, glances over at the two of you. Business with the president, do we?
Yes, I have a very lucrative business opportunity for him. I've been looking forward to this meeting for actually months.
Oh. Pray tell, what ideas you got you're cooking in your little head of yours?
Ideas? No. I offer resources.
You sure talk very hoity-toity for someone in a steel box suspended in the air by a few small wires.
He spent half of last night talking all hoity-toity. It's just kind of how he is.
It is my natural form of speaking. I do apologize.
Told me all
With
about
your
all
level of
those
perception
resources.
and insight, you can very clearly tell. You kind of break her a little bit to where, like, she kind of like scoffs and sneers a little bit, like laughing at you. Well, then.
Oh, my dear, and I turn to Freya. My dear, I do believe this is one of those veiled threats I've heard so much about.
I keep telling you you're not supposed to be excited about those, but
But it happens so often, and I miss it like all of the time.
as long as you're enjoying yourself, just make sure you're polite, make sure you're nice, and we'll go out to dinner afterward. We can have a
Of
lovely
course, of
evening together.
course. Of course, it wouldn't be a very lucrative business opportunity if I just came in and acted like a, what do you call it, a jackass?
Maybe celebrate with some wine or something.
Of course.
They're both just staring at you direct. Like they both have now physically turned their bodies to just look at you. They're looking at you guys dead on. The big
press him
guy
closer.
notably has moved his body to block the door.
Feyre has paid absolutely no notice and just kind of pushes in closer to Wifeman.
What floor are we on currently?
43.
I keep waiting.
Silly question. You guys seem like the regulars around here. While he's in his meeting, is there somewhere I can go to like freshen up or something? Just get a little bit of space. Sometimes those meetings take forever, and I don't want to be just stuck there waiting in the room.
Oh, so what you're saying is it's your first time.
Well, mine, I'm just tagging along.
And you, old man?
I've dealt with several other companies, but this would be my first time dealing with Anaheim directly, yes?
Who did you say you worked for?
I didn't. I'm so sorry. Allow me to properly introduce myself. My name is Eifman Engene.
The moment you say that, she gives a quick glance to her compatriot.
I draw my gun and point it at her. That's not necessary.
She doesn't even flinch at you pulling the gun.
I meant what I said. I am here with a business opportunity. And I will point the gun upwards and stow it, showing that I actually have no intent in fighting, but I am willing and capable if needs come to it.
Firearms are meant to be off the premises, sir. I'm going to have to ask you to relinquish that. She holds out her arm.
In time. In time. However, I am going to be late to a meeting if I do not hurry. So, you can have my word as a businessman, as a prominent individual. If I attempted any kind of scene in this particular building, or even on this planet, my name would be smeared through the mud before I could even take off of it again, assuming I can even take off of it again. We could agree on that, yes?
No, we actually can't. Given the fact that you're Eichmann Egne, as you say, your name's been thoroughly run through the mud already. Past Light is no more. All of your facilities have been shut down or purchased by Anaheim itself. And you're a wanted man. So what are you doing here? Of
Oh,
all
well.
places, you have walked in voluntarily into the hornet's nest and expect to just get away with it?
Oh, well, that makes my job much easier. Thank you for relaying that information for me. Because I was actually uncertain as to who laid claim to my company after I was very wrongly deposed of my position. But a business deal and a business deal nonetheless. I am, of course, looking to regain control of my company, but not in exchange for nothing. That wouldn't be very good business etiquette, would it, dear?
Business etiquette is something I don't care for.
Ah, so you're one of the hired help. I almost spit the word.
She very noticeably almost scoffs at the notion that she would ever work for someone as stupid as Anaheim Electronics and Temray. Oh.
You are much worse at this game than you think you are, dear.
You'd be surprised. Now, hand over the gun and all of your other weaponry. I'm sure you come with more than just that. And come with us. We wish to speak with someone that you've recently come into contact with.
And who is it that you represent, then? Because as I've stated, my business is not with you. Since you clearly don't work for Anaheim, you are not that important.
A very confident, cocky smile goes across her face. Oh, I think you know good and well who I work for. Who we work for. And soon you as well. So you're coming with us.
Well, if you don't work for Anaheim and you don't work for me, then that narrows it down significantly. Counteroffer. If you'd be so willing to entertain it. I'm going to this meeting. You are more than welcome to join me. Hear what I have to say. Hear what my offer is. Hell, you may even attempt to dissuade against it.
Floor 60.
You may even do as you wish to dissuade against it, whatever your prerogative is. And after the fact, I will come with you willingly. Is that agreeable? Can I make a persuasion check?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't get to hear you, Jade. I think it cut out.
Go
or something.
ahead.
Okay. Oof. That is the first nat 1 of the session.
Her face immediately turns a little dark. Or a little, very... Her eyes shimmer a bright gold momentarily. I will allow you to do your pleasantries with the president, whatever you want. But you're coming with us one way or another. You and your team waiting up in orbit. And With your help, we intend to get your other friends as well.
As long as I can have the meeting with the president, we will be as cooperative as possible.
Pot away from the door. Floor 70. The door is open, and the woman, who's still yet to given her name, ushers you through the doors.
As I've said, I've not been in this building. Could you point me to specifically where the president's office is?
Pot lead them. The hulking behemoth of a man steps through and shimmies out the door, seemingly trying to lead you in the direction of the president's office.
Good enough for me.
The woman follows you from behind.
As we're walking, I'd like to just pat Feyre on the arm and use bolster allies.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, that's a shit roll. You gain 6 temporary hit points.
Score.
That is not a good roll.
2 not ones in a row. Gotta love it.
Well, the second one was a D8, but
I
yeah,
mean,
still
still.
not great. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, 1d8 plus charisma modifier. Not a great ability, but it is what it is.
The hulking man stops in front of a reception desk. The receptionist looks up, very clearly recognizing these two, before quickly looking back down and getting back to her work on the computer.
I'm assuming we are just free to walk in then, Dia?
The receptionist looks up meekly through her glasses. Yeah, just go. You guys have an appointment. You're fine. Just go through the doors. Going back to her computer work and almost immediately barely looking up at you.
Okay.
Pot, stay here. Watch the receptionist. The woman follows you inside.
So who are we meeting with? Like, out of character. We go into this office. Who's there?
You just pressed a random button, which just so happened to be the actual president of Anaheim's office, and just willed your way in there. You never mentioned that you wanted to go see the VP. You never did anything. So this is just the president's office.
Yeah. Yep. Look, the
I think our
VP.
goal was to get into the president's office. We just didn't want to gamble on the president having been fired and saying the wrong name.
Yeah, that was the key thing. I didn't want to drop the wrong name. So, whose office are we in?
Roll me perception.
Yeah, like, was there a plaque on, like, the assistant's desk or anything?
That's pretty good. 19.
A 1. Tem Ray.
Perfect.
You walk into the room. Just a couple chairs and a desk. Before you lies no one. No one sitting at the desk. You hear over the intercom of the room, however. Go ahead and sit down.
How many chairs are there?
There's about 5, not counting the one behind the desk.
Okay. Is the woman also taking a seat?
No, she's standing by the door.
I will take a seat.
You sit.
I'm going to take a seat that is not the center chair. I'm going to sit like off one seat.
Okay. The moment you sit down, you feel almost a rumbling underneath your feet before a hologram appears in front of you. Tem Ray lies before you, a older gentleman, thinning purple hair, business attire, nothing too out of the ordinary, glasses, appears before you in holographic form. Eichmann?
Tem?
Well, you've certainly aged.
So have you, my old competitor.
No, I haven't. Now, what brings you here at the behest of our friends, let's say?
I feel like friends is the polite word.
He glances at the woman at the door.
Insight check.
Roll me insight.
I am specifically determining if he has any distaste for this individual or what she represents. 25.
No, it was more of an assured look.
Okay.
However, you could feel a faint amount of trepidation almost, to where he's making sure she's there, but also making sure that, you know,
Do I get the sense that he's more intimidated by my presence or hers?
definitely more by yours.
Okay.
But also not incredibly intimidated in general.
Right.
So, like I said, what brings you in here today?
I have a business proposition.
Do you even have the resources to be doing something like this? I
may
own
not have
most
been-
of your company. You realize this, right? The only facility I don't have control of is your IO facility that you kept off the books for so long. But we'll be in control of that in due time.
I wonder. I'm not here to rattle sabers with you, Tim. I'm not. I'm here on a very different agenda. So my proposition is still one of business and one of mutual gain.
And who's to say I don't take this idea and just run with it, cut you out immediately?
That depends on how much worth you place on what I want. Did you assume I came in here thinking that I was going to try and take my company back by force or whatever you were expecting?
Given the multiple seat signatures in the atmosphere and your ship of loaded mobile suits ready to disembark, yes.
A insurance policy.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're my insurance policy. He sends another glance over at the two at the door.
Before I get too into things, Tim, there is a question I would like to ask. I've been apparently a wanted man. I thought I was assumed dead, if I'm being honest. I was not. I mean,
Oh,
after a certain point, I began to assume I was a wanted man, but I didn't have any kind of hard confirmation on the matter. So, news to me when I walked into the building.
you are seen as a dead man. There's only one group who's looking for you.
I don't suppose you'd be willing to tell me who it is for the sake of the competition that we've had up to, I don't know, what was it, 2 months ago now? 6 months? How long has it been? Time has been weird for me.
Oh, how long has it been since I started purchasing all of your remaining assets? About a year now since you went off the rails?
Has it
Took
been
that-
a year
Took
already?
that
My
field mission, made
God,
some
I've been
wrong
aged.
decisions, resulting in the loss of your fortune, the loss of your company, and who knows whatever else. But enough of the pleasantries. What is this proposition that you're so worried about giving me?
You want the IO facility?
Possibly.
I don't know why you would be so interested in the facility. It's just a series of mobile suit construction bays. I think you would be much more interested in the work we were doing there. Am I mistaken on that?
Given your age, I wouldn't blame you for forgetting details, but also given the fact you've been off the rails for over a year now, you
You
do
have-
realize what happened to your IO facility after you disappeared, right?
Real quick question, Jade. I assume Eichmann would at least be passingly familiar with some of the emergency protocols. Like, would Eichmann have any idea?
Oh, the only thing you have any knowledge of on the IO facility is that it's your primary Xeonic research facility. That's
Mhm.
it. It's where Xeon-based mobile suits are produced for past light. That's all you know.
I may not be up to date on its most recent, shall we say, endeavors. But a bulk of the research that I did have access to, of the information that I do have, would absolutely be worth mountains to Aperture. Or, I'm sorry, to Anaheim, would it not?
That facility. Just get on with it, regardless of if I want the facility or not, and even if you were capable of giving it to me, which I don't believe a dead man can. What is it that you want from me, Eichmann?
Which brings me back to the question I was going to ask you. Ever since that mission and things went south, there's been one particular question that I have not been able to find the answer to, and I'm hoping that you would at least be able to answer it for me.
Go
Because
on.
nobody else will. Do you know what happened to my wife?
Oh. Your wife now.
Yes.
You really don't know anything about that IO facility, do you?
It's been a long year. Last I saw my wife, she was still on Mars. And Mars has been on fire since then. So, yes, please, if you can answer what has happened to my wife, I have no belief that she's alive. then we can continue. But that is the only question that has been burning in my mind that I have not been able to answer over this last year. I've already learned about what's happened to my son. And I'm going to try and play that off as if Eichmann believes his son is dead. I'm going to make a deception check to see if I can convince Tim that Tobias is dead.
All right.
$22.
I-
Actually, I'm going to peerless skill that. I'm going to add my inspiration die to it.
Uh-huh.
31.
Jesus. Uh-huh. Oh, I'm so sorry for your son. I know the pain of losing a child.
I know you do, Tim. Which is why I'm coming to you offering what little I have left. Because you're the only one who will give me the time of day to listen. After being at each other's throats for so long, we do have our own form of respect for one another, I like to think.
How do I put this, Eichmann? I know what's become of your wife. Now, as to whether or not you want to hear it, that's another story.
It can't be worse than some of the other things I've already been through, Tim. Just go ahead.
You know about the void, yes?
The Jupiter's Void, yes.
Yes. That was due to the CFO. Well, partially us, but that's besides the point. We take no official culpability for that scenario.
Of course.
You know how it is.
I do. To say that my hands have been perfectly clean would be an outright lie.
Regardless, Jupiter's void is not the black hole that the public assumes it is. It's a gateway to various worlds and various times. We've sent exploratory outings. We even outfitted moons to make the journey, as has your company as well, I see. Whatever resides on that side, that is where your wife is.
She went through the gateway.
The last bit of navigational data does point to as much. However,
There's a moment where Eichmann's just kind of searching himself for a moment. As if he wasn't expecting to hear that his wife was actually alive.
mm-hmm.
Thank you, Tim. That is actually the best news I've gotten to hear in a year. He can see Eichmann tearing up a bit. I thought she was dead.
Well, at least to you she may as well be.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I I honestly thought I was going to leave the world, and knowing full well I made everything much worse for the people dearest to me. Did I tell you about the state I found my son in?
Oh. I thought your son was dead.
He is. He is. He died on Earth, taking part in the defense effort there. He had an AI controlling his body. He had an AI controlling his body, and a bunch of robotic parts just shoved into what was left of him. Sounds like kind of some of the work your people have done before, isn't it, Tim?
Oh, I'm well aware. You think someone like that comes to my facilities, blows up half of my warehouses, tangles with our collective friends, and then makes it out alive? You think I
Clearly
wouldn't be
he did
aware
for a
of that?
time. He did for a time. But it is what it is. You've changed a lot, Tim. Please forgive me for getting off topic. Um Some of what I am offering may come into conflict with your associates, let's say. So before I step on anyone's toes, what is the terms of the agreement between yourself and the CFO?
The terms of
Not
agreement are they pay us and we produce mobile suits for them. Weapons, battle stations. That giant space station currently destroying half of the Earth.
I've gotten to see it. It's a fantastic piece of work. You should be very proud of your engineering teams.
Indeed.
Well, allow me to make my offer then. I'm going to reach up to my ear and hit my comms. And I'm going to contact Veda, but I'm not going to say her name. Can you hear me all right?
Indeed, Eichmann. How can I help you?
I don't suppose you can trace this signal?
Which signal you're talking about?
Thames.
Like...
Where is he projecting from? It's a
Ah,
hologram. He's got to be projecting from somewhere.
scanning. Temray seems to not be projecting from anywhere.
Oh, you've changed much more than I expected you to, Tim.
As I said, I haven't changed.
No, and you have. You absolutely have. Uploading yourself to your system, though, that's new. That's not a move I would expect you to make.
It's the only choice I had, Eichmann. If you want access to the tech, we can work something out for you as well. Scanning. Eichmann.
Go ahead.
Reading the data composition of his signal. He's not like me or Mario. He's different. Something's different about him.
No need to delve so deep into things, Tim. Although this does change the purpose of my negotiations.
Oh, does it now?
Quite significantly, actually. What is it like? What is is it all just calculations, or is there still a man hidden in there somewhere?
Oh, I can assure you I'm very much still me, Eichmann.
Oh, you misunderstand me, Tim. I want to make an insight check real quick.
All right.
Because I've tried appealing to his heart several times, at least trying to and I want to see if I can focus on how he's responded to those and see if he has if he's been showing any kind of humanity whatsoever, or if he's just been cold the entire time.
I
A lot. 29.
Oh no, he has been showing way more emotion than Veda ever has.
Okay, so he is still a person.
Yes.
I find myself in an interesting place, Tim. I am talking to a machine and you're responding like a person.
I am not a machine. I hate to break it to you, Eichmann, but not everything is as, how do you say? Not everything is rudimentary as Past Light's technology. Even Anaheim's technology needed a boost at one point. How do you think we made that little orbital laser cannon the CFO is so eagerly making use of?
Well, again, I can't exactly say my hands are clean either. I mean, I've signed off on some pretty awful stuff. You know, objectively speaking. It's all about profits at the end of the day, right?
Indeed.
I'm ready to make my proposal now.
Oh, are you now?
I am. Because I finally can provide something that you actually want.
Please, pray tell.
How long can you keep this up?
Explain.
I mean, you're part of your network now at this point, correct? Theoretically, you can continue working things literally from the inside until heat death of the universe. Or until an unfortunate water spillage, whichever. But you need a face. And I don't mean this thing that you project. That's not going to fool people forever. You can maintain that for some time. I am offering a partnership.
And what exactly would you offer to me?
In addition to the remaining assets that I've kept in my back pocket, in addition to, let us say, strategically important information that could be sold to the highest bidder, you would also have any one of the individuals of your choice who could act, and I do mean act, as a face and mouthpiece for the company, since you can no longer stand in as president. Not in the physical sense, anyway.
And what is it that you would want for that?
I want to be the face.
You
Strike my record.
You want to come back from the dead, take my place, take my company, even
No.
if it is just as a figurehead position. Is that what you want?
A figurehead and some security. Until I can make the next trip into the void.
Oh, you want to go to the void. Big bad Eichmann wants to go hunt down the endless void of endless worlds where there's no coming back from.
I want to go find my wife, Tem. This isn't about egos anymore. It stopped being about egos when planets started being destroyed.
That's up to the CFO.
Suddenly. Yes. The CFO, the almighty, glorious CFO, who has turned the mighty Tem Ray into little more than a pampered child.
Eichmann, is that what you really take me for? I'm here to get things done. I'm
Yes.
here to make
And what
sure
is left for you to do? You've won the game, and now there's no challenge left. You can now spend eternity as the winner, and no one left to challenge you. Because if I walk out of this office, you have lost the only competition that has kept you and your business.
Wait a second. You don't know about them, do you?
It doesn't matter, Tem.
Your comment about... Oh, no.
There are many
Eichmann,
things
you need to get out! And the hologram disappears.
That's ominous.
The
what's
woman who
happening
was
with the rest
watching
of
the
the group?
door taps your shoulder. It's time to go.
Yeah, see, Tem's not here anymore, and I got what I wanted, so... I mean... Feyre, if you could, please.
Okay, I guess. Sure. And she closes Watermelon Game on her Switch and goes about kicking ass.
What?
I mean, this woman locked us alone in a room with myself and a literal assassin. I don't know what she thought was going to happen.
Oh, give me the word.
I mean, am I just throwing initiative with a knife here? Jade, what are we looking at?
So, is that something you want to do? Do you want to roll initiative? Do you want to initiate combat here?
Oh, I'm
I've
waiting for the
been
voice call.
Killer. That's kind of all I need.
Give me the radio. We'll see what happens to this base.
You're not launching your Gundam at the building we're currently in.
Of course not. No, I'm gonna make a trail for you guys to safely return to the ship.
We'll see if we need to get that loud first. If Ashy can take this person out quietly,
You are correct. Listen,
Yeah.
we don't need to throw a sledgehammer at a glass wall. You're right.
right? Not yet. We don't.
Yet.
So yeah, if Feyre can take this CFO woman out, or if me and Feyre can take the CFO woman out, without alerting literally the entire fucking building, then we can still roll with things from this position because we're
I've had
in
an
the
hour and a
office.
half. I've had about an hour and a half to come up with a plan. Don't worry about it. I've been thinking.
I spent so much of the conversation bullshitting my way around trying to find a weakness.
Hey, that's fair,
That
dude. I get it.
fucking verbal boss battle that Jay just took me through. God damn.
Hey, I guess just Aphant gives me nod. Dagger immediately goes for whatever the
Jugular.
heck her name
Start
is.
scooping spines.
All right, go ahead and roll me initiative, please.
Yeah.
Gun to nose. You'll be
9.
sniffing the back of your forehead.
13.
All right, so that's a 13. What did Iris get? Or Feyre?
9.
9. Gotcha.
Those are some beefy
Coolio.
rolls.
Alrighty. So, first up in the order is the woman in front of you. First up. All right, what is she gonna do? What is she gonna do?
Give me 1 sec to double check.
I need to pull up her stat block real fast. Wasn't expecting you guys to fight her this quick.
Let me just double check. So I do have caution. I forget if that boosts my initiative. I don't think that's going to boost it over a 17 or a 19. Oh, no, it's perception and stealth checks. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm checking over my abilities because I haven't gotten to play Eichmann in a while.
Understandable.
I also had to look up who Tim Ray was and try to find a way to get into his head.
Wow, you looked up
what-
who he was.
I absolutely looked up who he was.
Come on, Jay.
So you know who his son is.
I do know who his son is, but Eichmann wouldn't know any of that shit. So
What class is Eichmann?
Eichmann is an executant.
Holy
Bard
shit,
without
okay.
magic.
All right.
All right. So we got
But how
combat
much?
time. Ready? Ready? Okay. God damn it. I just accidentally closed the tab. God damn it.
Good job.
Way
Good
to
job, Dave.
go. Way to go. Love it. Phenomenal. All right. So this purple-haired woman is going
Not
to...
more purple.
Bonus action, cast invisibility. And is then going to make 2 attacks. Well, I guess the first one would just be, what do you call it? It would be a sneak attack on Iris, or on Feyre.
Okay.
I have a quick question, if you don't
What's
mind me
that?
asking. Is she casting invisibility or greater invisibility?
This is greater
Because-
invisibility.
Okay,
As a
because if she
bonus action?
casted
Yes.
casted regular, it would break her invisibility to attack. Okay. It's actually important.
Does a fuck. Does a 14 hit?
I don't think we're really heavily armored as people.
Yeah, no, like this variant gets significantly shittier balance for personal combat.
Uh-huh.
Assuming
gonna
I
say
am in
no.
street clothes, I am AC 14. Assuming we have any sort of any durability on our clothes, DC, AC 15.
What's your dex?
Well, that's why I said it's AC 14 because that is my dex. Dex
Yeah.
plus nothing is 14, which would be, I believe, high.
Yeah.
Which I
Yes,
believe
it
would still
would.
hit. That was
It-
why I was asking. It's
it's
like I don't know if we're wearing like even a single shoulder pad of armor, or if we're just.
She has a
D-
wait. She has a plus
Sorry.
10 to hit.
Yes, for sneak attack.
How?
It's literally just all of her bonuses from sneak attack and a couple other things that she has equipped.
One
Okay,
second
that's
here.
fair.
I may have something that can help. Nope, I have to be able to see them. Never mind.
All right. So she's going to make that lovely, lovely stabby stab on Iris. Or on, God damn it.
Farah.
Farah.
Era.
That's going to be... That is going to be 15 damage.
All right.
And then the second attack wouldn't be, what do you call it? That would be 13 to hit. That does not hit. Lovely. So that ends her turn. Next up is Pot's turn. And he's going to use his action to bust through the wall.
Is he aware combat is happening?
Damn, he
Yes.
heard my murderous intent through the wall.
You don't know how he heard it.
No, I know. It's just because Farah hasn't had her turn yet. So it was literally
for the door.
Farah turns toward her. Guy busts through doors. Like, fuck no, you. It's funny. Like, I figure they're communicating in some capacity. It's just funny.
Glad to use those temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Remember, I don't know. I'm not going to point it out. If you guys didn't notice it, I'm not going to point it out.
I'm pretty sure they're hive mind people.
I mean, they're definitely some of those psychobabble fuckheads.
He blasts through the door. Notably, from where you can see him, he is notably raging. End turn. It is Eichmann's turn.
Eichmann finally able to drop the facade, gets a big shit-eating grin on his face. And is going to draw his handgun on the big guy.
Okay.
I'm going to fire a round on him.
Roll to see if it hits.
Probably not. That's a 13.
Nope.
Yeah, I rolled like shit. Bonus action. Inspire Freyra.
All right. Inspired.
And then
I like being
knowing,
inspired.
seeing that Freyra got hit, I'm going to try to position myself behind the desk.
All righty. Farah's turn. Now, because she's invisible, she can still take an attack of opportunity if Farah moves, right?
Yeah.
Even if she's invisible.
To be fair, I was also in melee with her.
Very
So-
fair, because you guys were right next to each other. So technically,
She can make an attack of opportunity against me
yes.
if she decided to do so.
I'll let it go.
Okay.
I mean, being invisible doesn't mean she's necessarily trying to be stealthy at the very least. Like, I imagine, I know vaguely where she is.
Yeah, your attack is just a disadvantage for trying
Yeah,
to hit her,
that's what I'm checking. Is just like
which is why I gave you the buff.
all right.
So you have it if you need it. If you don't need it, you can use it for damage.
It's just very awkward because it's hello. I need to at least be not at disadvantage, and one person resists physical and the other person is invisible. It is 2 enemies that I have disadvantage against. All right. Yeah, I mean, I'll make the attempt anyway. Dagger goes into spleen activate. 9 is still 18 after mods.
All right, you swing around and you're able to slash. Your blade actually
Yeah.
makes contact, and you're able to slash and hit.
Yeah, but unfortunately she is invisible, so it is just going to be 5 damage.
You
Hell
can also have
yeah.
you also have a D12 you can add to damage.
Oh, I can add this damage as well. Okay, I'll kick that
Oh
on
yeah,
the damage.
yeah,
then.
yeah. No, I've got
Yeah, 'cause
battle
I forgot you
inspiration. You
had
can have
the-
that shit.
There we go. 2 more damage, please. So a total of 7.
All right.
I mean, she's invisible. It makes sense.
Is that your turn? Now, does that break her invis or no, since it's greater?
If it's greater than concentration. If
It's a concentration check, yeah.
Ah,
yeah.
yes. Okay, let me roll her concentration.
DC 10 or 10.
That is an 11, so she
Damn.
passes.
Okay. I mean, yeah, if I'm not doing anything else with bonus action, I just stab her again. Fuck it. I thought about that one for a second. I'm like, wait, no, because normally you want to like disengage or hide or whatever, but where the hell am I gonna go? We're in a room.
Behind the desk.
I mean, yeah, but no,
hit
I'm just
with
gonna
that
stand here with
anyway.
her. At the very least, it forces another concentration check out of her. For 1 damage, but she gets to make a concentration check for me.
Uh-huh.
1 more damage from a second dagger stab, and she gets to make another concentration throw.
Uh-huh. So that's 1 more damage. Lovely. And then the con save was fucking 22 or 21. So
I mean, that's fair. I
All
mean, I have
right.
nothing better to do, so yeah, I take it, sure.
all right, it is Purple Hair's invisible turn. She's well, you can't see her. You can't see,
I can't make opportunity attacks on her.
Indeed. So she's going to make
So unless she's trying to
another.
move silently, I'd at least probably know her ending square.
So she's going to make another sneak attack on Feyre.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 29 hit.
Yes.
Rad.
Still can't see her. I can't do anything. I'm sorry.
That's going to do 15 damage.
Well, it was nice knowing Feyre.
She's still alive at the moment, for a little bit.
And then she is going to make her, her offhand attack on Feyre as well. That is not going to hit. And anyway, it's Pot's turn.
Mm.
And this raging behemoth is going to run over. Ivan, you said you were hiding behind the desk, right?
I'm not hiding. I just moved behind it.
You just moved behind the desk. Okay.
Yeah, I'm still perfectly visible.
He's going to run over and pick up the desk. And he's going to fucking try to smash it over your head.
Okay.
That is a 17. That's a 20 to hit.
Okay.
Okay, cool. What is the fucking damage numbers for hitting a desk over someone's head?
Improvised
Technically, it
weapon is
would be an
probably just a
improvised weapon,
D4
so it'd be a D4 plus strength.
or D6 maybe if it's especially big.
I mean, it's a big, heavy desk, so I would roll it a d6.
I would also rule it a D6 to be fair.
It's why I
Like,
really
if-
like 4th edition has literally an improvised weapon table chart. Like, it's still, you know, typical improvised weapons are like 1d6 or 1d8, but it's like, yeah, if somebody's like breaking a vase over someone's head, they can only do that once, but it's a big heavy vase, so it does more damage, and they actually have like
Yeah.
a whole sliding scale of how much damage you think it should do.
Alrighty, so a d6 plus strength, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is going to be a 9 damage.
I'll eat it.
Alrighty, that is going to end his turn.
My turn?
It is Eichmann's turn. You are covered in splinters and pieces of wood strewn around you.
Sorry, reading some of my abilities here. Yeah, I can't use any of these. I can't use any of these against someone that's fucking invisible. So let's fix that.
Give me one sec.
I'm going to...
Let me double check something. Let me double